English. You need to accept English lang.
We've been just 16 years old time been pumimi. Most of the time, Dr. Manuel been young pla.
When Christmas time, empty seems a picture. All spirit can come back and nobody will not have a line.
See the toughest fighters in MMA in a whole new light.
I had to show my true heart.
MMA 30 is your window into their lives.
These are my horses, my childhood house.
My judo is a huge asset for me.
An exclusive all-access pass.
We're here for his bachelor party.
With your favorite stars of the sport.
I would be known as one of the greatest.
Watch MMA 30 only on Fight Sports.
Join us on Monday to Friday live at 12 p.m. for the TVWan News Update, bringing you the latest in local and regional news. The TVWan Midday News, Monday to Friday live at 12 p.m. on TVWan.
Digicel TV, home of Rugby League. Dial *515# to subscribe. The TVWan News is proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome to TVWan News. I'm Maricela Calaton.
And I'm Rex Litter. Join me later for sports.
In this edition, Rosso maintains loyalty to Pangu. Chachenko commences mission at Foreign Affairs. And PNG Lewas return with Pacific Cup trophy. City Manager Ravu Frank has issued in a media statement today that the Gerehu market is closed until further notice. Frank said the burning down of several business houses within Gerehu CBD, the entire market area, and residents within the vicinity have been affected. He added that the aftermath has given rise to pervasive stench, infestation of maggots, and the onset of various public health issues. Consequently, in the interest of preventing any unforeseen health-related tragedies and in compliance with Chapter 226 of the Public Health Regulations, he has issued the closure notice. Furthermore, all food products currently housed within the market are deemed condemned due to their exposure to the toxic and unsanitary environment resulting from the recent events. Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso has maintained that the 10 members of Parliament for Morbe Province remain with Pangu Party and will support Prime Minister James Marape into the 2027 national general elections. Rosso's backing of the Prime Minister comes following allegations he and fellow Morbe MPs were moving away from the leading party.
Deputy Prime Minister and Member for Ley John Rosso has made his stance clear. He is loyal to the Pangu Party and its leader, Prime Minister James Marape. The second-term MP brushed aside allegations that he was now moving away from the ruling Pangu Party with other members of Parliament for Morobe Province. At the recent opening of the telephone into Tabubil Road, Rosso said that government is intact.
Yupla Mas Sawe, we are here to stay till 2027. Me give him Yupla this assurance. Member Blue Yupla lo here, Solan, and one plus strong plan post Blue Yupla lo Pangu Party. Now, Mipla come here, one of the more good coalition partners, Blue Yumi, and Deputy Party Leader, Blue STP, and Dr. Billy Sanap, na Tok, very strong coalition partners, URP, KC2, Kamlo Napla, coalition partner, organized coalition partners, and Ogada Basanap strong one time, that you may try and walk towards 2027. Now, suppose on man no likely 2027, and plus anything, and Sablo ballot box.
The Deputy Prime Minister pledges loyalty to Prime Minister Marape. Rosso urged the political factions to bring their numbers to the floor of Parliament during the vote of no confidence and refrain from making unsubstantiated claims that may cause anxiety and confusion among voters.
So man no like it, no letting out the vote of no confidence, send him inside the Parliament House. One kind of SMU, Pilai Soccer. On spectator, almost a play a scoring goal, and two team inside it's a play. Oganaman sa sing out nothing outside. One man para outside, na inside time two team para na player. Usa scoring goal no, all. Outside ball talk, outside ball paitian, all but sing out. Oganasan passing long. One kind of parliament. Online ba senisim, inside the floor of parliament. You know outside law, spectator number the social media. Most mitro my talk so. Mepla morobem. 11 pla member, 10 pla mi pla full solid, momase mi pla sana pontem pango em daman belum mi pla.
Freddie Mo, TVWan News.
Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Chichenko has moved to immediately address the task and challenges that lay ahead for the department moving forward. The minister was reinstated in the recent cabinet reshuffle following the devastating event of Wednesday, January 10, 2024. Reinstated Minister for Foreign Affairs Justin Chichenko thanked the Prime Minister and the government for the confidence in reappointing him. He outlined a priority, the department, and immediate work plan of the Marape government following the events of Wednesday, January 10. Today, Minister Chichenko met with heads of diplomatic missions, honorary consuls, and representatives of international organizations in the country, commencing his mission back at the Department of Foreign Affairs to instill and regain the confidence of the international community.
We have already had many challenges put to us as a nation, our sovereignty, and also our government. And for me to be restored powers as a foreign minister, it is once again a great honour, and I don't take this position lightly at all. And a lot of you, I have worked personally and closely with you over the last 16 months in many different capacities to ensure that your countries and your international organisations move forward together with our government, with our country, for the good of our nation and your nation as well, and international relationships.
Minister Chichenko highlighted 5 priority areas for Foreign Affairs Ministry moving forward. Among them, the need to work closely with all international partners and missions to implement outstanding agreements, treaties, and memorandum of understandings that the government had undertaken and signed.
Of outstanding agreements, treaties, MOUs that we have all signed and agreed to that are still not implemented, that still need to be implemented, and then go through the appropriate departments to implement those outstanding issues going forward.
Furthermore, the completion of the Foreign Policy White Paper.
Of outstanding agreements, treaties, MOUs that we have all signed and agreed to that are still not implemented, that still need to be implemented, and then go through the appropriate departments to implement those outstanding issues going forward.
Meantime, the minister says the ministry will ensure that all foreign mission positions that Papua New Guinea has around the world are occupied by genuine, experienced and qualified Papua New Guineans. There are vacancies for foreign heads of missions in China, Philippines and the United States. Furthermore, the Foreign Affairs Minister says government officials will be undertaking and overseeing routine trips overseas as well as visits from international leaders to Papua New Guinea, stating that this will be a busy first quarter for the government with state visits in the next week to Brussels, Prime Minister's address in the Australian National Parliament in Canberra, and a visit from the Pope in August.
We'll be having regular trips, of course, or normal overseas trips representing our country. The first one will be in Geneva in the next coming week. And from there, we will be having, with the Australian government in Canberra, one of historical moments for Papua New Guinea and the Pacific. And we also have a historical visit again of the Pope, who will be arriving here in August. The Prime Minister in March, after the elections in Indonesia, visiting on a state visit to Indonesia on the invitation of the President of Indonesia.
The Business Coalition for Women has expressed empathy in a media statement today to the business houses that were victimized by the recent looting and arson incidents. The extensive damage inflicted upon establishments not only represents profound loss, but also disrupts the crucial services provided to communities and the livelihoods of all employees. The coalition, while all employees, raised one critical aspect that demands attention, and that is the alleged cases of sexual violence against females during the looting of supermarkets, which has raised concerns of safety and security for women during a civil unrest. Yvonne Kennedy, Executive Director of the coalition, in a statement called for fair gender representation in the establishment of the investigation task force. Kennedy recommends ensuring the inclusion of qualified women on the task force, saying it is crucial for a diverse range of voices to be heard to ensure well-rounded and comprehensive outcomes. TVWan News continues after the break. Mind Community gets medicine, and Prime Minister promises thorough investigation into key issues affecting the country. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Hiya, Mama. You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Open net.
Enjoying life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. ever. Hot in talk, young or old. A Scalrest family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's our favorite from us. Tennessee cola, scale rice on scale price. Tennessee cola, scale rice on scale price. Amber, you like it? Superstition ain't the way.
The martial arts have been practiced for centuries. Forged out of an ancient Asian world of mayhem and intimidation. But in fact, they're all about self-defense, discipline, and honor. This is XMA, the world of extreme martial arts.
Watch Extreme Martial Arts, only on Fight Sport.
Welcome back. An Akwai Village Clinic recently received much-needed medicine for communities surrounding the special mining lease area of the Ramoniko mine. Ramoniko Management Limited made available medicine to the Kurumbukari mines neighboring an Akwai Village Clinic through its ongoing Community Development Fund scheme.
Kurumbukari Landowners Association of the Ramoniko and Cobalt Mine in Medeng requested medicine supplied to the Enakwai Village Clinic. Recently, medicine was delivered to the clinic by the Ramoniko Management Limited from its Community Development Fund scheme. RNML Community Affairs Deputy General Manager Albert Tobe said Ramoniko also delivers quarterly medicine to clinics along the project corridor under the Memorandum of Understanding, which always had been enough due to low population. However, with the current increase in population, medicine provided quarterly by RNML is insufficient. Officer in charge of the clinic, Kop Koiti, started working at the clinic since 2011. He said the clinic had always been dependent on RNML to provide medicine. KBK LOA Deputy Chairman John Tigavu said the clinic serves people in Banu, Enakwai, and neighboring communities. Tigavu said the CDF scheme is not in the MOA. Ramoniko initiated the program in order to assist communities along the project corridor. Under the CDF, KBK Landowners Association have been sponsoring students to study in institutions throughout the country, building classrooms and aid posts, purchasing medicine, and constructing roads. Salome Vincent, TVWan News.
Prime Minister and Treasurer James Marape has committed to ensuring a thorough investigation into key issues affecting the country in his capacity as Treasurer. After assuming the role following last week's cabinet reshuffle, the Prime Minister outlined his plan to reposition Treasury, which would include solutions to foreign exchange matters and national fuel security involving Puma Energy.
Prime Minister and Treasurer James Marape looks forward to a comprehensive review that aligns with the government's commitment to economic stability and the well-being of the people. He has made the commitment to look into foreign exchange issues, the central bank, national fuel security, and how fiscal and monetary policy can work in tandem, among others. While he acknowledged the accomplishments of his predecessor, he said the former treasurer and member for Kavieng, Ian Ling Staki, will be assisting him to undertake a holistic review of Treasury, including relationships with national planning and monitoring, finance, and the central bank. Additionally, he emphasized the need to scrutinize the event at the end of 2023 financial year to prepare the 2023 final budget outcome, or FBO, for Parliament by March 31st, in line with legal requirements. This includes engaging with the Internal Revenue Commission to examine the best tax modalities, including personal income tax, corporate income tax, goods and services tax. Associated tax will also be looked at. He said the tax review aims to align with Pangu Party's people-centered approach, exemplified by initiatives like the 20,000 kina tax threshold. Freddie Moe, TVWan News.
The Farmers and Settlers Association acknowledges the recent cabinet reshuffle, especially changes to struggling ministries, particularly Commerce and Industry, Coffee and Agriculture. President Wilson Thompson, on behalf of members, smallholder farmers, growers, processors and exporters, congratulated Ministers William Bando, who was appointed Coffee Minister, John Boito as Agriculture Minister, and Windaki as Minister for Commerce and Industry. The association says the ministers have the experience and are welcome news for the agro and economic sector. Wilson believes the ministers will deliver the various interventions and programs to stimulate the industry and sector. In light of the controversies in Medan politics, one that has surfaced is the Memorandum of Understanding signed between Ramon Nickel and Kumul Minerals Holdings Limited. Medan Governor Ramsey Pariwa has made a call for the MOU to be recalled and reviewed, this time with the involvement of the Medan provincial government. Governor Pariwa said the provincial government would like an update on the preliminary discussions for the scoping of the project.
The Memorandum of Understanding between China and Papua New Guinea, particularly in the realm of downstream processing of nickel and cobalt, was signed on January 10 this year. Prime Minister James Marape, in a media statement, said the MOU solidifies the collaboration to engage in downstream processing of nickel and cobalt within Papua New Guinea. Ramon Nickel Management Limited, as the majority partner in the world-class $1.2 billion Ramon Nickel cobalt mine near Medang, is at the forefront of this transformative venture. However, Governor for Medang Ramsey Pariwa expressed dissatisfaction over the signing, claiming it was a disrespect to the government and the people of Medang because the provincial government was not included in the preliminary discussions.
My concern is that Medang provincial government is a stakeholder, an important stakeholder in the Ramon Nickel project, and Medang province is the host province of the Ramon Nickel project. And therefore, the national government supposed to have accorded Medang provincial government the opportunity to be part and parcel of that arrangement of the downstream processing arrangement in Medang province.
The governor had learned of the signing through media reports.
Medang province and Medang provincial government will not be a spectator on their own land. Medang provincial government must be a participant in any major economic impact project and investment in the province. And that's the paradigm shift that we should take, and every provincial government must take.
Governor Pariwa said he flew down to Port Moresby to speak with the Prime Minister and to ask the PM to recall the MOU and review it, this time with the Medang provincial government.
And I invite the national government and the Prime Minister and the ministers responsible to consult me, consult Medang provincial government and the people of Medang on whatever investment arrangement they are taking for the people of Medang and the country and the government.
Salome Vincent, TVWan News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2675 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2600 $0.3913 Australian dollars, $0.2310 euro, and 38.20 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher except crude oil, which closed the day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TVWan News. Original news is next. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Haren, Tok, Young, or roll a scale rice family meal with toast. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's a favorite by miles. Senisi gola scale rice, low scale price. Senisi gola scale rice, low scale price. But you like him?
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Number One Super wants members Super to last as long as possible in retirement. With Number One Super's retirement savings account, you get regular payments while the balance remains invested and continues to grow, helping your super savings last longer. It's like still getting paid even when you stopped working. Number One's retirement savings account. Contact us today to find out more.
Strong like you, smart like me. I hope they don't break. Now Choli Lucky son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus thread. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
McClay puts one and it's off the first and it's in! What a flash! And what a fabulous finish from Taylor. Let the battle begin! Oh! He's knocked out! That's a big right hand and he's gone! And I don't think he'll get up from that. Oh, this fight could be over! Oh, Mayweather makes him pay! He's not going to make it! 9 and 10! And that's the fight! It is over!
Knockouts, only on Fight Sports.
Welcome back. In news overseas, the Pacific Meteorological Desk at the Secretariat of the Pacific Regional Environment Program in Samoa continues to remind Pacific communities to stay vigilant, be prepared, and take heed of the correct information and warnings from the National Meteorological and Hydrological Services as the region enters the second half of the cyclone season. This warning also applies to Papua New Guinea. 3 tropical cyclones have occurred in the South Pacific region this cyclone season. Tropical Cyclone Lola left a trail of devastation across Vanuatu's northern and central islands in October 2023. This was followed by Tropical Cyclone Mal, which affected Fiji, and most recently Tropical Cyclone Jasper, which hit the Solomon Islands before trekking southwest to North Queensland, Australia. Indonesia has declared an extraordinary health alert after a polio outbreak on its densely populated island of Java. The country was supposed to be free of the disease a decade ago, but health workers are now scrambling to prevent it from spreading.
At a weekend market in the city of Surabaya, health worker Piki Dwi Silastawati is looking for children.
We have 1 vial with us, which is enough for 50 children. This morning we've already vaccinated 13.
Many children here tell her they've already had several doses. For others, she's chasing up their parents for permission to administer the oral vaccine.
Polio cases were found in the outer areas of East Java, so we're now doing polio vaccinations all over Indonesia.
After a boy from the outlying island Madura was diagnosed with polio late last year, another 10 cases have been discovered.
I've never seen people suffering from polio with my own eyes. I've just heard about it. I'm scared because if my daughter gets it, she might be paralysed.
Other parents like me are worried about their kids getting polio, so we're all taking our children to be vaccinated.
But not all parents are so willing. Health worker Picky isn't just bringing vials of vaccine, she's also giving out information.
Some experts here wonder if the COVID pandemic disrupted the normal rollout of immunisations. Others say the vaccine take-up rate has always been a bit lower in East Java. Either way, public health officials are now trying to make up for lost time.
They're hoping to administer more than 4 million vaccinations in the city of Surabaya alone in the coming weeks, as a broader program rolls out across the nation. So far, all cases have been in Java and none in Bali. Once a disease causing hundreds of thousands of cases worldwide each year, endemic polio was thought to be eradicated in all but 2 countries in Asia. With this latest outbreak, Indonesia makes it 3.
Almost half of those trapped inside Gaza are under the age of 18, which is why the conflict has been described by some as a war on children. Death, dehydration and disease is now a part of everyday life. Tonight, we meet one young girl to experience the war through her eyes.
At just 12 years old, Hiba Abu Sadiq has seen more horror than any child ever should.
طلعوا الركام طلعوا كيف طلعوا 4 شهداء منها.
Every day in Gaza brings more death and destruction.
مدمرين كل إشي شو مخلين إيش إلا دمروا حسبي الله وأنت النعم الوكيل مش عارفين إيش نسوي يا الله.
In early December, Hiba's own home in Khan Yunis was also flattened by an Israeli airstrike. Now she lives with her family, including 7 siblings, inside a tent in this makeshift camp. Instead of school, each day is a fight for survival.
نروح نعبي مية يلا نعبي مية يلا ليش نتأخر.
If she arrives too late, the small amount of aid-supplied water could be gone.
كل شيء صار عليه دور، الماء صار عليها دور والفلافل وكل شيء صار عليه دور، حتى الموت صار دور.
As she lugs the water back to camp, the threat of being bombed is never far from her mind.
وأنا ماشية أسمع صوت الزنانة بضلنا هيك بسكت الدناية بضلنا أطلع فوق حواليه عشان لو شفت الزنانة بصير بخاف برتجف أنا يعني لو.
Hiba's mother is preparing lunch with what little food the family has left. It's been 24 hours since Hiba last ate. To keep the fire going, the children burn whatever they can scavenge, mainly plastic bottles.
طقس إن ناكل في اليوم بس غدا بعد هيك ولا فطور ولا عشاء. الطحين هذا آخر عجنة كانت عندنا أصلا. مسكيها البندور والله جعانة كتير كنت.
After lunch, Hiba goes in search of more food so her family can eat tomorrow. 40% of Gaza's population is at risk of famine, and Hiba leaves empty-handed.
كيف بدنا نعيش يا الله؟ كيف بدنا نعيش فيش ولا أكل ولا إشي.
As the sun starts to set on another day, Hiba gets ready for bed.
هي مرايتي قاعدة بمشط عليها. في الشهر مرة بتحمم. إن 15 يوم فيش إلا مرة واحدة اللي تحممتها. في عصفور.
The only thing she can do is dream of a better future.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rejected a proposal from Hamas to end the war in Gaza that would have involved the release of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners and left the militant group in power. Under a deal brokered in late November by the United States, Qatar and Egypt more than 100 of the estimated 240 Israeli hostages taken captive during an attack by Hamas militants on October 7 were freed in exchange for the release of 240 Palestinians held in Israeli prisons. Since then, Netanyahu has faced mounting domestic pressure to secure the release of the 138 Israeli hostages who remain in captive. It's hard enough to find work if you're a recently arrived migrant with little English, but it's even harder if you're a woman. Now one Melbourne cafe is trying to even the odds by employing refugee and migrant women to bring back home-cooked comfort to those far from home.
Louisa Vitale arrived from Samoa nearly 30 years ago with little English.
Here you go. Enjoy. Hi, what would you like?
After years of caring for her family, she wants a career. For the past 7 months, Louisa's been working at Meals with Impact, a cafe employing migrant and refugee women, helping them develop confidence and practical skills.
Coming from Samoa and, have nothing, no food or things like that, so I want to open up that, business to help them.
The cafe has a rotating menu, reflecting the myriad of cultures the women, often carers of large families, come from.
They know how to juggle several jobs. They're amazing cooks.
The inspiration for Meals with Impact began during the COVID-19 pandemic to serve culturally appropriate food to migrant communities locked down in Melbourne's public housing blocks. It's now grown into a network and helped place 40 migrant women into local jobs.
The business is also being aided by students from RMIT, who helped research and develop a marketing plan. Business student Linda has been creating social media reels for the cafe.
My background is from an immigrant's family, and somehow I can a little bit relate to it.
What started out as a necessity has attracted diners looking for something different.
The spices that they use is so nice.
Fueling careers one plate at a time.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has announced he's suspending his campaign for the Republican presidential nomination. Ron DeSantis announced his withdrawal from the race on social media. He finished a distant second behind the former president in last week's Iowa caucuses and had been due to contest the New Hampshire primary in 2 days. DeSantis had been seen as a top contender for the 2024 Republican nomination and a natural heir to Trump due to his style and deeply conservative views. But the Florida governor's support has been declining for several months due to flawed campaign strategy, his seeming lack of ease with voters on the campaign trail, and Mr. Trump's so far unshakable hold on much of the party's base. And that's all for news. Over to you, Rex.
Thanks, Maricela. Join me after the break with your sporting details.
Ready for more! Digicel's new Big Plus Supersized Data Plans. Now with more options, more plans, and more time. Choose from our daily plans, now valid for 24 hours, weekly plans, or even a monthly plan from our suite of Big Plus Supersized Data Plans. All with more data and starting from as low as 1 kina. Yes, you heard right. What's up, Sol? Yes, yeah! Only Digicel's Big Plus Supersized Data Plans gives you more. Activate today on My Digicel app or dial *675# only with Digicel.
Feel it? Feel it? The anticipation, the pulse of the game. It's coming. Something monumental. Get ready for the NRL season 2024. Get ready to witness history in the making.
The moment has arrived. The electricity, you can feel it. So much on the line. The best against the best. This is what it's all about. It's over. Manny Pacquiao is back. Anthony Joshua tumbles him again. Unbelievable.
absolutely speechless by what we just saw.
Both men are letting it all hang out. Fury has been rocked. Can Wilder get the finish? Fury says bring it.
This is coming down to just digging into your heart, your will.
What a performance! What a moment! What a spectacle!
He is a legend.
Begone, winged beast!
In the making, on a quest to find
The golden feather!
Join Prince Ivandoe and his trusted companion Bert on the adventure of a lifetime.
Please, Nanny, not now.
Catch the heroic quest of the valiant Prince Ivandoe, Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on HBO Family.
Come on out and join the party, baby. Ricochet taking out Logan Paul. Samoa drop by Nia Jax.
Welcome back. Egmark Rabaul Gurria's head coach Francis Ray has joined Mount Hagen Eagles after spending the past 3 rugby league seasons with the East New Britain franchise. Ray, who was contracted to the Rabaul Gurrias for 3 years from 2020 to 2023, was unable to extend his time at the club and had to find a new home. In his 3-year tenure at the club, Ray steered the team to 2 preliminary finals and 1 grand final in 2021, where his side suffered defeat to Croton Hella Wigmen in the thrilling extra-time affair at the Santos National Football Stadium. Ray previously coached the Hagen Eagles to grand final. He has now returned to the Eagles and give his best to change the struggling franchise that has been performing below expectation over the last few seasons. The Egmark Rabaul Gurrias is here to comment on Ray's replacement. Hekari United FC, Papua New Guinea's champion women's football club, is gearing up for the OFC Women's Champions League in Honiara, Solomon Islands, from March 10th to 23rd, 2024. Alongside Fijian side Labasa FC, the team is part of the expanded 8-team tournament. Coach Eric Comeng expresses confidence in local talent but acknowledges the strength of opponents. The tournament features a revamped format with 2 groups of 4 teams each, culminating in semi-final classes. Hekari United is in Group A, eyeing strong finish to avoid New Zealand in finals. The Kumul Petroleum PNG Lewis recovered from an early defeat in the Pacific Cup cricket tournament to produce a dominant performance in the grand final against New Zealand Aotearoa Maori side, claiming the win by 5 wickets. Sibona Jimmy was exceptional with the bat, and Naoni Vare did better in fielding with a couple of good catches to help Lewis retaining the cup title. The Kumul Petroleum PNG Lewis fielded well in the grand final. They were quick to return the ball to the wicket-keeper, limiting the chances of its opposition, Aotearoa Maori, for scoring runs. Among others, Naoni Vare was one of the best with some good catches, keeping the PNG team in the contest. While they did tons of job with fielding, they were equally impressive with the bat. With 45 balls remaining, they registered 88 for 2 after 12. Sibona Jimmy was impressive with a player of the match performance, hauling 25 runs and scoring 5 wickets earlier in the match. Lewis captain Brenda Tau said they put their fielding practice into action and it worked well.
Whenever we get the chance to go out and have fielding sessions, all the girls always give the 110%, and I think That's one of the reasons it showed in the finals back in Auckland, which the feeling side was really strong, and yeah, we got some great catches from each individual from the team, so yeah.
The team captain said the early defeat in the opening match of the tournament helped them in winning the grand final.
Oh, well, we had the first game with them. We kind of went in to see how they were, what the weakness and strength were as a team, and I guess all the girls picked that up. And when we went into the finals to play against them, we were prepared to do. We knew what we needed to do to actually win the cup.
The experience of the players in the likes of skipper Brenda Tau, Kaya Arua, Tania Ruma and Naomi Vare played a pivotal role in holding the team together and securing them victory. The PNG Leopards will take a short break and return to training for their next international events. The 2024 Pacific Cup title winners, the PNG Leopards, returned home early this afternoon. They also brought home the Pacific Cricket Cup trophy and individual medals. Cricket PNG CEO Richard Dawn travelled with the team. He expressed gratitude that the girls did well at the Pacific Cup. It was a good start to the year for Cricket PNG. The Chief Executive Officer of Cricket PNG, Richard Dawn, has praised the Kumul Petroleum PNG Leopards for their success at the recent Pacific Cup tournament. Dawn said, "This success is a good start to the year." He is hoping to see these performances replicate at the other international events.
This is a great start for them and really exciting for the future. I think, in terms of what we've got coming up, I think we all know that we had an unfortunate wobble back in September last year with the loss to Vanuatu, and so the T20 pathway is a little bit in the background at the moment. But we've got some plans to play more one-day international cricket, so 50-over cricket, and that'll commence as early as March this year with an overseas tour that we're currently working on.
Dawn said this was his first success with Cricket PNG after being appointed head of cricket in the country. While Dawn is happy to witness the Leopards retain the Pacific Cup title, he remains focused on big events and wants PNG to be competitive against top countries. Dawn indicated that there is a plan to organize one-day international matches with countries ranked higher than PNG. This will allow PNG to compete with the best as they prepare for their T20 World Cup in the West Indies.
We will look to expand our horizons. Thailand is a particular target, who are ranked, I think, 9th in one-day 50-over cricket. So we'll be aiming and targeting them, which is part of the reason we're going to Zimbabwe, who are also higher than us, have a highest ranking. But we'll also look at other countries in the second half of the year where we can travel to. I'd have to say we'd also like to bring, some countries here.
Meantime, the Leopards arrived and into the waiting arms of their families and left separately. They will be returning to training to prepare for their next international event.
PNG Leopards!
Madang Town basketball courts have been finally constructed after a decade of struggle to get the sporting infrastructure up to get the games going. The MTB is excited to start basketball seasons and events at the new courts. Madang Town basketball president Charles Suguman said he is proud of the initiative to restore basketball courts in Madang after a decade. He said that despite unsuccessful attempts to secure funding from the Madang provincial government and other donors on numerous occasions, Mineral Resources Development Company has finally funded the project. The initiative aims to combat rising crime and lawlessness in the province. The youths in the Madang town can now engage in sporting activities, particularly basketball, on the newly built courts and avoid involving in petty crime. The youths and people of Madang were encouraged to take responsibility for the completed courts. Brisbane Broncos star playmaker Adam Reynolds was assisted from the field during a training session in Brisbane today. The Broncos captain hobbled from the field with the aid of a trainer as he appeared unable to put any pressure on his right foot. the club is said to comment on his severity of the injury. The skipper, nicknamed Little General, led the Broncos into grand final last year in a surprise run home. He is expected to deliver the Brisbane-based club its first grand final victory in 17 years. However, this injury could be a threat to the club's premiership run. Details on the extent of his injury is expected to be made known later in the week, ahead of the club's trial matches next month. The National Rugby League competition kicks off in March. Last year, Australian basketballer Tiana Mangaskaya was forced to retire from the sport after she was re-diagnosed with breast cancer. Now the 28-year-old is embracing her new role as an assistant coach with the Sydney Flames in the WNBL and dreams of playing once again.
4 years after her initial diagnosis, Tiana Mangakahia was told she had stage 4 breast cancer.
You know, when the doctor said I should stop playing, it was emotional, hard.
Obviously had our tears and, had our down times, but we also try to stay really positive for each other. I think that kind of helps her, be able to get through such a tough time.
After playing for the Flames in the WNBL last season, the Brisbane native wanted to return to Sydney, and joining the Flames coaching staff has been a turning point.
Because when this happens to you, you just don't know what to expect. You don't know what your life is going to be like with anything, like with relationships, with friendships, with the family, and so I think having this helped me so much.
The 28-year-old was the inspiration behind the Pink Hoops doubleheader, which saw the Kings and Flames raise money for the McGrath Foundation last weekend.
I know what it's like firsthand to have my own breast care nurse, and I know how important that is for patients who are going through this.
While Mangakahia undergoes treatment, she remains hopeful for the road ahead.
It's really weird when you get diagnosed and you have to think about your future because the doctors tell you things that you don't really want to hear. But when I think about my future, I do, and I want to play again. I really hope that I can just live free with no worries.
That's all we have in sports. Over to you, Marisila.
Thanks, Rex. We'll now have the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Southern, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain, but mostly cloudy periods with some rain at times. Homase, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain, Lake cloudy period and Medan mostly cloudy with some rain showers. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, Buka cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, scattered morning fog, then scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Goroka, Kundiawa, Bans, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, partly cloudy with few afternoon showers or drizzles. Coral Sea, seas rough to very rough with west to northwest winds of 25 to 47 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas moderate to patches rough with northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots increasing to 30 knots over southern sector. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Bogle to eastern and western Milimbe Islands, seas 2.5 to 3 meters, rising to 3 to 4 meters along gale warning areas. Borders of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands to Kerama to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samarai Islands, seas 2.5 to 3 meters.
And that's all the news we have for you tonight. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TVWan News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.